personality, you come to Culture Smiley. For Culture Smiley have enough different personality. For personality, you come to Culture Smiley. For Culture Smiley have enough different personality.
Alright, so we're live and direct here on CoolLondon.com. Sadly, on a not a good note that I would like to speak to this guy about, but you know, you hear the things on the news about what's going on with the great Smiley culture. So I'd like to talk to a friend of his that was, you know, a companion as well as a team member from back in the Saxon days, Mr. Tippa Irie.
Yes, sir. Bless Madness. How are you, man?
Yeah, man, I'm all good, man. I mean, it's you know, last time I spoke to you, it was on a production level. We was talking about music, and then now it's like to call you up here to talk about another sad thing that's happened in the community. It's all hit us hard, this one.
Yeah, it's very tragic, you know. We've lost a dear friend, great, talented brother, you know what I mean, and sadly gone too soon, basically, you know what I mean, and it's really, you know, it's really hit all of the Saxon crew hard and all, you know, obviously family and friends. You know what I mean? It's terrible.
Even people that didn't know him as a person, as David, you know, we knew him as Smiley Culture, the artist, and for what we knew of as a groundbreaker for reggae music.
Yeah, I mean, he was, you know, one of the first, you know, brothers that, you know, we saw on Top of the Pops. Yeah. You know what I mean? And, you know, very good in the dance hall, very creative. Him and Asher Senator used to spar together on Saxon.
Just level vibes, man.
Well, right about now, I'm just going to take this little time to introduce to you Mr. Smiley Culture and Asher Senator!
Where is MP? Where is China? Senator. What did I say? All right, my band, just come down, cause we're not no loafing time. Seen? Yes. Somebody buy, somebody buy, somebody buy, somebody buy. 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 Keeping a dance in our area. Keeping a dance in our area. Keeping a dance in our area. Keeping a dance in our area.
And you know, they were very, you know, they were the first ones to basically chat the fast style together. You know what I mean, on the mic. You know what I mean, they brought that out first around the sound, and you know, and then me and Colonel came with Tippa Irie and the Colonel after that, and the others them that we done, you know what I mean. But Smiley was a pioneer, man, and you know, he's definitely a great loss, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, again, for people that doesn't know him, you see the news and it hits you like, oh, a black artist from an 80s star that broke the national charts with what he did from his music. And they put it, and it's the way they put it across. For someone that doesn't know the character or the person himself, they say, you know, it's due to self-inflicted knife wounds during a drugs raid. I mean, I've checked the Facebook, the Twitter's been going crazy from since yesterday, saying, what? How can this be? What kind of story is this they're coming out with?
Well, I mean, obviously we got to wait until, you know, the dust settles, kind of thing, and you know, whatever happened in Smiley's property comes to light, you know what I mean? So we're going to have to wait until the inquest. We can't, you know, I don't want people to just start making judgments, saying this, saying that, and they're not sure of all the facts. So when we have all of the facts and all of the details, then we can really make a proper judgment. And I'm sure when it will all come out in the wash, as they say, you know. But the most important thing is that we have to make them know that they have to let us know what really happened and what really went on, because that's one of our pioneers that's gone. And, you know, and the way he's gone, if you know the person and the character, you know, we find it very hard that he would take his own life, you know. So from our point of view, you know, we would definitely have to, you know, wait and find out. And then we can all judge, you know. But if there is any foul play, people them that are responsible, they get brought to justice.
I mean, how old was he?
Smiley was 48 years old, I believe. Yeah, he's 48. So, still a young guy, you know what I mean? Still, you know, had a lot to live for, you know what I mean? So it's a very tragic what's happened.
Yeah. I mean, I've spoken to some artists yesterday as well, other artists, and they've said that one artist said that he'd done a show with Smiley at New Year's. And he said he didn't seem himself. He was a bit worse for wear. Maybe it was run down. I don't know what it is, or life was taking its toll on him.
Well, people have ups and downs in life, you know what I mean? And At the end of the day, you know, we all go through things and we all experience things. We all have good days and bad days, you know what I mean? So who knows? Maybe he saw him and he weren't feeling himself that day. I saw him about a month ago and he was fine, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you know, as far as I know, the brother was in good spirits. Obviously, he was going through what he was going through. But at the end of the day, you know, I still think it's a bit much for him to want to take his own life. But, yeah, I don't fully know the ins and outs of everything, what was going on and whatever, so I can't really comment. But what we have to do really is to highlight to people what the brother has achieved and did achieve, and what he was part of a scene that was global and which was huge. And Saxon, you know, it was kind of like an academy for entertainment, you know what I mean? Smiley was one of the brothers that helped to, you know, make it what it was, you know what I mean? Along with Maxi Priest and Levi and all the other artists, along with myself, you know, so.
We're going back to the 80s and the Saxon sound, because to me, that's the most relevant sound out there from back in the day. You know, you've heard samples that's come from sound system clashes from yourselves, and you know, including the Saxon sound. When did he actually come through it? How was you young at the age, you know, to see this guy come through?
Yeah, well, he was, you know, well, I mean, Smiley started on a sound called Buchanan, which was over the Wandsworth side, Battersea side of London, you know what I mean? And, you know, back in the days, as a little entertainer myself, all we wanted to do was go on mic, you know, and entertain people and try to further our careers. And Smiley, from what I could see of him and Asha, they were the same, you know. Wherever there was a good dance going on, they would turn up and they would entertain the people. And that's what Smiley, that's why he was always at Saxon dances, because, you know, there was always a good crowd there, always other DJs that you could learn from as well, you know what I mean? Because we all learned from each other. You know, if somebody created something that was unique, we'd all build a lyric around that melody and that style. And Smiley was one of the leaders creating styles, you know what I mean, that all of us could follow, you know what I mean? So he's going to be sadly missed.
3, 2, 1, it's I, Smiley Culture with the mic in my hand. Me come to teach you right, and not the wrong in the Cockney translation.
I mean, obviously, you know, we used to call Smiley Arthur Daly, you know what I mean? You know, I don't know if you remember the show Minder, you know what I mean? You know, Smiley was our little Arthur Daly. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, growing up in London, travelling all over London with the